what's going to catch your eye? What's something an author can do to let you know their profession? Just follow the instructions and catch you with a good pitch, or is there something else they can do?
Well, following the directions does wonders, right? Like you'd be amazed at like how happy it makes me and many agents just to know that you've actually followed the directions, because it makes you stand out against the people that don't. Like, when you see someone who doesn't follow like your submission guidelines, which you have created for a reason, you're like, okay, 100 people have done this, and these two people have not. Like it makes you think about them. Can they follow directions? Are they going to be a problem? Are they, do they only want to do things their way? How are they going to be in edits? Like it makes you just, and not to say that they could not follow, directions because they made a mistake or something. You don't. I'm not like draconian about it, but it's just like it's something that you notice. When you're reading 500 queries at one time, and you're like, okay, this one guy called me, June. He didn't put this here. This is not here. This pass. He's a pass. Like these other people all did it. Let me spend my time on these. Like that's part of submission brain too. When you're like, yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no, because it's in all like bold. Like like the silly things, or the query is like this long, and I can't find like what it's about. I don't know. It's just, it's like just follow the directions. That it's very helpful when you do that. But to answer your question, how can you, the way that the best thing that you can do is give me what I'm looking for. The best thing any writer can do is to find the agent that is looking for what you've written. That's why like research is really important. Sometimes it's really clear to me that someone has sent something to me and they've gotten my information from either an old post from 2012, because I asked for certain things back then that I'm not asking for now, and they may reference that. So there's stuff floating around from back then, or they have no idea what I'm looking for. And that's an automatic pass for me. Like no interest. I've never ever said I want to read that. Not for me. You know what I mean? So don't do yourself a favor to the writers, and make sure that you're sending the work that you've done to an agent that wants to read it. So send me what I'm looking for. Like see what I'm representing. And it doesn't mean like, for example, sometimes an agent can find something and they didn't know they wanted it, you know what I mean? But usually it's the same genre. Like someone could send me something that's like crazy off the wall, but it needs to at least be in the genre that I'm asking for. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes it's hard to like know what an agent wants, but that's why you always recommend to writers kind of use like manuscript wish lists, publishers marketplace, find agents that have stated I'm looking for this type of thing, make a list, and then like follow them on whatever social media that you may or that you use, and like get a feel for their personality. What do they talk about? Have they ever mentioned that they're looking for something that you've written? Have they traveled to a place that your story is set in? Like all those are kind of like clues that okay, this could be a good agent. And it's hard. I understand that it's hard because there's a million different agents and we all want different things. But it's like I'm looking for, sometimes it's very specific, you know what I mean? But it's like, send me what I want to read. That's all I can say. Like, send me the genres that I'm asking for. I talk a lot about different stuff, online. Like, I don't think it should be like a mystery, like the stuff that I like. I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming you're not asking just because that's stuff you like, but it's because the stuff that editors are, you know where to send that. You would be able to add it to represent that well. I'm assuming this is part of why you're choosing the categories.
It's kind of like it's like a cycle. You know what I mean? It's like if I love romance set in one country, I'm going to make sure that I know all the editors that are looking for that. You know what I mean? Like, so for me personally, I'm an agent because I like to read and I like to write and I like to work with writers and I like working in the publishing industry. But for me, for this to be enjoyable for me, and I need to be working with things that I'm interested in. So that's why I'm always like, I'm looking for this, or I like this. So I make sure that I'm able to sell what I like. That makes sense. So I mean, I'm never gonna work for something that I don't like, but it's hot and it sells. Some agents will. Some agents are like, this is what the market wants. I don't care what it's about. I'm gonna sell it. I'm not like that. Many agents aren't like that. So I only work on things that I'm interested in, but also I know I can sell.